now we're here in real life. Thousands and thousands of people all packed into the grandstands to witness history one more time. And there is right now second place overall, Matt Field. For him, he's got to win this. He's got to get all the way up to the top, and we'll get to his battle soon. But first up, it is James the Machine Deane versus my fellow countryman, Tommy Lemaire, Mr. TLO, who cleaned it up after his one more time. He's looking good, but I mean, big battle ahead of him against the GOAT of James Deane.
Yeah, it's really an uphill battle, but equally as it's tough, he can entrust that he's going to see something very clean, dynamic, and James Deane-esque, as Ryan Sage would say. He loves throwing the esque at the end of it, and that's really what we can expect and anticipate from James Deane and Tommy Lemaire. And we will see if he can. Again, we got a Mustang versus Corvette, an Irishman versus a Canadian, and here we are on American soil. So quite a beautiful, just melding of so many different things, so many different nationalities and different breeds of vehicles. So let's see who comes out on top and advances into the Great 8. James Deane versus TLO Tommy Lemaire. 7 outside zones, fill them, some bigger than the others. In the 32, he had some mistakes just here and there, but it was more just kind of mental lapses as opposed to just big dynamic whoopses. It was just quick little things. But here we go. James Machine Deane goes in that first outside zone and then second. And Tommy Lemaire in tow. Look at James Deane. How far out is he? And now look at, here we go, into 3 and 4. And now you can see him approaching that. Hit it and quit it, tap it out to the wall. I mean, just look at the execution of that Ford Mustang. And now into that final outside zone, transitions one last time, puts it on that back left edge, and just riding that towards the edge up tight to the wall goes James the Machine Deane.
This is exactly what we would expect out of James Deane, an almost flawless run from first view, able to get out there, fill all the zones, looks absolutely pretty doing it, and Tommy Lemaire gets that front row view. So Tommy, on initiation in the chase, has to hold tight for a little bit. You can tell he wants to attack. He knows he can trust James Deane out front. You're not going to see any games. You're going to see a driver is fully committed, and that's what you see. Look how beautiful that arc is from James Deane. Almost no corrections at any point in time. He's able to find the line, lock in, set the throttle, and then just push all the way through every single zone. And Tommy Lemaire's doing a great job of getting in the chase there, but the RTRs are able to pick up pace in so many unique areas. It's such a dynamic and incredibly well set up vehicle that, even if your driving game is on point, your car is on point, you still have to pull out something special just to hang with this guy.
Yeah, you can see Tommy Lemaire just a bit outside of that outside zone looking in. Good placement by both the vehicles there. And like I said, James, you can trust that he's going to place the car. And look at that, filling that third to last outside zone, going into 6, and then now swapping it over to 7.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, it's going to be really interesting now they swap this around. I'm sure there's a little bit of nerves for Tommy Lemaire, and that's going to hopefully be washed away at this point. He can just get out and lead. He is a phenomenal lead driver. Easily one of the best drivers coming out of Canada, representing all of Quebec, and this is big for him. This is such a cool moment to be able to go against a driver like this.
All right, let's see Tommy Lemaire out front, James Deane in tow. Tommy Lemaire initiates. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, anything you can do, I can do a kiss to say it better. As now into that third outside zone, and whoa, Tommy Lemaire, he's putting it on a show out front. James Deane, he falls back. James, where are you at? Tommy Lemaire. Want to see if there were any, you just have to think, did James make a mistake, or is Tommy just that damn good? Now in that last outside zone, Tommy Lemaire is the champ. Is the champ being taken out after a celebration by his team, debuting the RTR this week, wrapping up the championship in Utah, and Tommy Lemaire out front put the car exactly where it needed to be. Did he impede at all? I just got to ask that because that was uncharacteristic of James.
Yeah, it was strange. We'll have to see here. So let's keep an eye on Tommy Lemaire. There's a lot of cause and effect here, but Tommy absolutely comes out swinging through these first 3 zones. And then you can see James Deane just supersedes him, just a little bit falls back, and then has to play catch up through a lot of this. I didn't see anything too crazy, but I will say Tommy Lemaire's outside zone 6, not perfect, kind of coming in and out of that zone, and that might come back to haunt him, and you can tell how much smoke these drivers are putting down. There is nothing but quartz left by the time they get across the finish line. The fans absolutely going wild. This is a phenomenal run coming out of our top 16, just kicking things off. And Tommy the crazy Canadian, doing such a great job. And you'll see here, watch, James Deane gets caught out a little bit, and that's all it was, just overshooting that zone just a touch, maybe catching some of those marbles, as we heard a little bit earlier.
That's where Vaughn went off.
Exactly. I think it's all been cleaned up. We did the track walk earlier, but either way, there's not going to be rubber in that area. It's going to get a little greasy. So, yeah, it'll be super interesting. We'll see what the judges say on this, but très bien for Tommy Lemaire.
Look at these two giants of the sport.
Look at the smiles.
I'm just purely talking about stature.
I know, right?
Tall gentlemen. Max looks tiny. You got a pocket-sized Max next to these behemoths. These two giants. Again, I just love that, you know, James Deane just giving his hat tip to his team, his family, his friend that he lost earlier this year, you know, dedicating this championship to him. Absolutely humble. And speaking of humility, Tommy Lemaire, the way he has progressed as a driver, making a name, and slide him left for James Deane. There's one. One more time, and Tommy, it's a split decision.
A natural split. We do not get those very often.
Yeah. Look at that. That hand gesture, like, woof, woof. You can see Tommy just shaking it off like it's hot. Shake it like a Polaroid picture as James and Tommy Lemaire will head back.
Wow.
And yeah, here's the judge of the view. Reese, going to you across the board.
Yeah, so we all went separate ways here. I can definitely talk for myself here. What I definitely see is that Tommy Lemaire going into outside zone 5, we're going to see he does cut in the lead. He cuts in on a shallow line. James in the chase going in here into outside zone 4, I believe. You can see he kind of gets backed up. But then if you look at James in the lead going into the final zone, we have a tire drop as well, too, going a little bit wide. So with one error in the lead, another error in the lead, and then James having the error in his chase, I ended up going with Tommy Lemaire. The other judges, Brian Egger felt that it was more even, and for Robbie Nishida, he felt that James just edged him out. So we're going again.
All right, thank you to Reese Marin, one of the 3 judges here for Long Beach. Reese and Brian Eggert for the entirety of the 8 stops. And wait to the camera, boys, right out in front there. And Robin Nishida splitting duty, doing 4 of the 8 rounds. And Vernon Zvanveld doing the other 4. So there we are. So thank you for joining us here. I'm Jared Deanda. Joining me to my side, to my right, is Jacob Gettens. And our field reporter down in the pits is Cerise Taylor. So thank you to our judges for the entirety of the season. And now we move on to Trent Beecham and Connor O'Sullivan. All right, so Trent Beecham, he was looking on fire early. Definitely an aggressive driver. Both BMWs, big power plants. And look at Beecham. What a show! Where is Beecham coming from? Scrub some speed, drop that wing. That wing is barely hanging on. And don't let go. Now into that 6 outside zone. Beecham is ripping through the course right now in that ESR BMW, United States Army BMW, tracking him down. O'Sully. Wow.
Yeah.
Beecham, where have you been, dude? Like, this looks unreal.
I'm loving it. When this dude comes out, when he is on form, he is absolutely incredible. I mean, go educate yourself. Watch him back in the Pro 2 days. This is exactly what Beecham drives like. Almost goes off, catches that wall, kind of V's it out. Now, Connor O'Sullivan caught out a little bit there. You need to have a bit more momentum coming through, but Sully does a great job at getting back around and then starting to gain back in that chase. So gets a little bit shook by that big initiation. It takes Beecham a second to get into outside zone 6 and then pushes nice and wide. O'Sully doing a great job and then cuts that just a bit on that transition. Listen, I don't know this for sure, but I got a feeling that Beecham's ready to build a new car and he wants to blow this one up this weekend because he is driving it like a madman.
He's like, you know what? Last round, let's screw it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll rebuild this thing. Yeah. We got a lot of months.
Yeah.
January, February, March, April, 6 months.
Listen, drift cars that are older than 2 years don't got much left in them, so I would not be shocked because, man, he came out absolutely swinging. Now, here's the thing, though. Connor O'Sullivan drives with the same amount of tenacity, if not more. We swap him around.
Oh, you're saying more?
I'm thinking more.
Okay.
I'm thinking
all
more.
Right. Again, leave it all out on the track, baby.
Do it.
All right. Well,
last round.
Last round. It's the final countdown. Here we go. So O'Sully in that United States Army BMW will lead. And no shutdown here out on track, baby. We're keeping it going here for the United States Army on track as Beecham. Again, 2 white BMWs, big power plants, big heart, and big angle from these gentlemen. So let's see what O'Sully does out front. Beechum tracking him down. And Osoli, perfect angle. Look at that execution. He drug it right in there so properly and cleanly. And there you go. You called it. Osoli, but Beechum not letting him get away. We showed that back trunk off in the face of Beechum. You can see Osoli filling all of it. Beechum just a little bit shallow. But you can see him really trying to clamber and claw his way to the back of Osoli. Right in that track edge is Osoli. I liked the aggressiveness of Beechum.
Yeah.
Osoli just like a little more refined in that lead. So lead versus lead, Osoli was more calculated, but I like Beechum's X factor of punch you in the face.
100%. I'm right there with you. It's just, look at how fluid Connor O'Sullivan is. Drives with a very similar amount of aggression, but able to fill all those zones and doing a great job. Beechum still very aggressive, making that dive in outside zone 5. I mean, this is great driving from both these. I mean, they're both young. They're both superstars in the making, if not already there, and really making an impact here at Shoreline Showdown in front of all these fans. What a solid run from both drivers. But yeah, I mean, Beechum super wild on his run. Connor O'Sullivan dialing it back just a little bit to make sure he can hit all those zones. But either way, both of them like having fun. This is the kind of driving that you see, near the end of the season, which we are. Just two buddies banging doors. Hey guys, this is it. It's our last run. We're shutting the track down. Let's just go for it. This is what you would see. Just now, it's on the world's biggest stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cool. I mean, talking to the drivers, Tuerck said it best. How cool is this? James said it. We're downtown, cities. I mean, we had Rex Richardson, the mayor, out here giving us his blessing. He drove the GR86, but they were supposed to be escorted, by the way. He says, "Give me the keys, bro.
Let me just
I got this." Yeah, the mayor was like, "Let me I thought he was going to clutch kick and send it in. All right, well, the judges are waiting, the drivers are waiting for the judge's outcome. Slide him left for Beechum, right for O'Sullivan, and there goes a 1 vote, a 2 votes, 3 votes for O'Sullivan, gets the win. Osoli takes out Trenton Beechum. I would have to venture to say, without even talking to the judges, it was just that refinement. I think, again, Trenton was very aggressive, but Osoli just had that cleanliness to it. So, all right, well, you can see the beautiful backdrop of the city of Long Beach. We'll be right back and continue with our top 16 here at the Shoreline Showdown, round 8 of 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship when we come back. I got friends like Victor Carrillo. I'm seeing Camden. I'm seeing, Maylene Ramey. She used to be a host on G4. I'm seeing just drivers. People to my left, I got, again, the Tanaka family, Cascadian family. Mad Mike's here. I got my wife and my little one, my son's 19-year-old. Just great. You, Jacob. Ryan Sage to my left. It's absolutely beautiful. So my heart is overflowing with joy, and so should yours. But it's smoky, it's grimy, it's clutch kicking, and it's all ours. Formula Drift, 22 years. As we are seeing James Deane and Tommy Lemaire go at it once again. OMT, FD, and LB2. James Deane initiates first outside zone, going in that second. Tommy Lemaire, look at the form right there. James Deane checks him up a little bit. Tommy Lemaire, look at that execution. Well done by James Deane. Gets out to that little wall tap, does it back to back in that power rally. Now switching through the switchback. The S-turn, is for James Deane. Look at that transition. Tommy Lemaire, you talk about those whiskers, right? So the S turn at the end going from 6 to 7, as we are seeing that S is yes for James the Machine Deane and TLO. Well done.
This is great. I mean, both drivers absolutely stepping up. James Deane already had a phenomenal lead run. He does it once again, and maybe even better because he's riding the edge of that outside zone. Look at Tommy Lemaire. Once he gets to the second, makes that dive in for 3, and he basically glues himself to the side of that RTR all the way around the rest of this track. Tommy's transitions, we will keep talking about this. This is where the sport is going. Transitions are going to make everything. And look at this great dive in. Very, very smooth from both drivers. And James Deane is he's just on one once again. And that gives Tommy Lemaire such an incredible opportunity to be able to stick in the side. So phenomenal. And we're only in top 16 at this point. We're seeing finals level battles already.
Yeah, and this is where the cream is going to rise to the top. And I'm going to just say it. I don't want to say it, but I'll say, unfortunately, it's just going to be a mistake.
Right.
The smallest mistake will take you out.
Yeah.
You need to be just absolutely airtight as far as your precision driving, because it gets really highlighted because it's all outside zones. So if you go too far, you tap the wall, or you go too far and exceed the edge, because the wall doesn't absolutely define that outside zone, especially 6 and 7, because you could see the curve there, the arc. The wall is square. Obviously, the radius is round, so you can't drag wall the entirety of the outside zone. So that plays a major role. I want to give you all the angles. At first glance, it might look sensational, but you get overhead, you're like, ooh, he missed. Just what I'm talking about. He exceeded that second outside zone. And again, losing those parts, James Deane, that allows him to catch up to him. So here comes James on in tow. And look at Tommy, some wavering.
Yep.
This is my exact point. Those little finite mistakes accumulate into one large mistake. That was my proof positive.
I know.
Am I correct?
Doesn't happen often, but sometimes, we talk about it and it comes to fruition. But it is unfortunate for Tommy Lemaire because it's still an incredible run. But this is the difference between somebody that is like a James Deane and Tommy Lemaire, who's really at the beginning of his career is being able to continue to up the pace, up the difficulty without making a mistake. James Deane can continue to get closer to the wall, drive faster, drive on the limit, and ride that knife edge as long as possible. And Tommy just makes a bit of an uncharacteristic mistake and unfortunately has to pay for it through so much of this track. If you mess up that initiation, it's going to haunt you for 3 zones. So it is a lot that's going on there. But for Tommy Lemaire, still an incredible run, an incredible drive, especially on that chase. But just going a little bit deep into 2, catching those tires, and that's what does it. And for the judges, 1 or 2 wheels off at this point in time is going to be the difference between being able to make it and not being able to make it. So it's a wild, wild run. I think Tommy's got to be incredibly proud of what he did today. Drivers will put on their resume that they got to go one more time with James Deane. That's such a huge thing to be able to say, especially in your rookie year.
Yeah, and speaking of Rookie of the Year, Tommy's going for it, Connor O'Sullivan, and in the driver intro, I said Jack Shanahan Rookie of the Year. I'm mistaken because it's not absolutely confirmed. Basically, Jack needs to win his top 16, then he's locked in. Then mathematically, he locks out Tommy Lemaire and Connor O'Sullivan. But regardless, Tommy is knocked out because James the Machine Deane, the 5-time champ, gets the win after a one more time battle. James Deane gets the win in his Pennzoil RTR Spec 5. He advances on, and again, that helps Jack Shanahan and his Rookie of the Year title. Again, by no means a rookie to drifting, but a rookie to Formula Drift Pro Championship. Now, Connor O'Sullivan, he would need to win the event in order to get Rookie of the Year mathematically. So, again, a big uphill battle. Can he do it the way he's driving? For sure. But as long as Jack Shanahan wins the top 16, it's locked, and he is officially your 2025 Rookie of the Year. We're talking about Mr. Jack Shanahan from Ireland. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Top 16 continues. Tuerck Aasbo, Ben Hobson. Ben was ear to ear. His mom, his dad, his RTR team cheering him on. But now he's got a big battle against the Norwegian Hammer, and the flags are waving for Tuerck Aasbo and that Rockstar energy drink, Toyota GR Supra. Tommy Lemaire makes his way out TLO, and that XPN Corvette knocked out. But Tuerck Aasbo ready to... Oh, we got it.
Oh, we got a few.
We got a chant going.
Yeah, there we go. This is big for both these drivers. I mean, for Tuerck Aasbo, he's got to get this done in order to keep battling for that second place spot. But Ben Hobson is absolutely on it, and he's got momentum like nobody else does today.
Here we go, Tuerck Aasbo, Ben Hobson. Freddie goes into that outside zone, and you can see good precision. Ben needs to calm his nerves a little bit here. I feel like he's getting a little excited. He knows who he's going against, and he knows he needs to bring it. But this is where Freddie just is going to show you why he's 3-time champion. Cool, calm, collected. And there we have the Kenda tires just getting that right grip, bringing it around that last outside zone through the S-turn. And that last outside zone set. Oh, we saw a little wall tap there from Freddie, that back left corner. Heard the chant going, little... There it is.
Little, I don't know, it's not little, man.
Creatively, we could do Aasbo. I like it. Let's bring a little Norwegian flair here to America.
All right, let's take a look at this Norwegian driver out front, and tons of Norwegians in the fans. You can hear them already. First, second outside zone, looking absolutely solid here from Tuerck Aasbo. Look at Ben Hobson these transitions to be able to dive back in. This is an incredibly long car to have to suck back in through those transitions and be able to get back on their door. But Tuerck Aasbo is being super, super tidy out front, and Ben is doing a great job. Would love to see him dive in just a bit more, use all that confidence that he's got in this part right here. This is where we get a bit of that contact. So it looks like as the wall comes around, Tuerck Aasbo is not in a bad spot, but I don't know if Ben Hobson maybe touched the door, that pushed them just a touch into the wall and then bounced back around. I'm already getting word that we're getting a 5-minute timeout being called right now from the Tuerck Aasbo camp. So we'll see how that plays out. There might be some incident at fault as we get through these replays. Might be shared, might go one driver or the other, but love seeing the way both these drivers are doing. Ben with a slight hesitation there, let Tuerck Aasbo transition in front of him, but there you see Ben with a quick little touch, and I think that's just enough to push Aasbo into the wall to bounce back out, catch Ben again. So, Aasbo's team, they want to make sure it's good. Yep. You don't want to go back out and realize that you just skipped over something due to pride. And there we go, that gigantic Norwegian flag.
Yeah, look at the fans. They live there. So thank you so much for letting us shred down there. What a view up there.
Yeah.
So stoked.
So I'm getting word that it looks like we've got a complimentary 5-minute timeout. So what happens is if there is contact between drivers, but there is no incomplete, both drivers will be allowed to look at their cars. They get 5 minutes, and they don't have to call their 5. If they need more time, then they have to call it. But for right now, they both get a few minutes to take a look.
All right, 5 minutes in total, 5 minutes, I should say, maximum for them, as we have fans, some right below us, the Norwegian flags, and we have fans tuning in all across the globe, including 1945 Speed and Custom. We got Jeremy and Mara tuning in and watching. Thanks for watching. Grant Gutierrez. We got Doug Berkmeyer. Again, we were talking to him as we are taking a little lull in the action. We throw it down to Cerise. What you got for us, Cerise?
What's up, guys? I am standing here with the champ, James. Obviously, we just had a beautiful show during the halftime. You're going up against O'Sully next. I mean, you kind of got something already in the bag. So what's going on in your head? What's your plan for this next battle?
I'm just trying to enjoy it, you know what I mean? Like, for once, I'm doing a Formula Drift event with no real pressure, but I still want to drive hard and put on a show for everyone watching. And I'm really enjoying this right now because just before he came over, watching Ben drive so hard, and super happy to see him in top 16. And he's giving Tuerck Aasbo a real good run. So exciting battle to watch. I'm here this weekend just enjoying drifting and trying to, love every minute.
What are you going to do to celebrate? What's your celebration strategy here? What are you going to do tonight?
Oh my God, that's a good question. So my family are here from Ireland, my nephew, my parents, obviously the whole team. We don't have to really do anything for the next few days, and we're just going to have a little party.
Yeah, just relax a little bit.
Yeah, a few drinks, relax, just enjoy the moment with everyone.
I love it. Well, I'll catch up with you guys later. Gentlemen, back to you in the booth.
Thank you.
And again, we got Haig and the DMCC drivers from back in the day are in the building.
What?
Drift Mania, yeah. We got Haig in the building. Kevin Darwish, thank you for joining us out here. Super stoked to, again, band's back together, man. Drifting is alive and well. From yesteryear to today to tomorrow. Absolutely excited, past, present, and future. Thank you so much for anybody playing a role, played a role, and gonna play a role. Like Accelerate Automotive, building careers for the future. Here we go. We're talking about Haroya, Minowa, and Shanahan. This was the battle you were talking about earlier. This very well could be a final battle here. Two absolute international superstars. Haroya, Minowa dragging bumper. Shanahan brings it around, trying to twist the screws on the young buck. He's young himself, but here he is being challenged by even a younger driver. As Minowa comes out last outside zone, Shanahan shredding that back bumper, sticking it to the door. The Irish driver fighting back against Japan, and Hiro Minowa. Wow.
I think the driver that wins this battle could win this event, because we're talking about two of the best drivers we got right now. I mean, Connor Shanahan is an absolute legend, and Minowa is writing his name in the history book with the darkest ink, because he is here to stay. This is absolutely wild from both of them. Look at this. Minowa on a perfect line through so much of this course, but Connor Shanahan, given the opportunity to throw an insane chase, will grasp it at any single time. And you can see with these transitions, he holds back just a moment, lets the driver come around. Plus, when you've got the exact same chassis going head to head, it means that they're going to transition in very similar ways. They're going to do very similar things. So it just means that the tandem can be that much better. Look at how close Connor gets through every single one of these transitions. And Minowa gives him everything he needs. He's touching the wall all the way through. He's going on a super wide party line. These are the types of battles at this track. This is what we expected. This is what we wanted, and now we are finally getting it. Man, what a run. We're halfway through.
And you called it. You're like, I'm telling you, that Shanahan Minowa battle, and it delivered. Like you said, similar chassis. You know, obviously I say similar because, yes, aesthetically they might, but very different underneath the guts of it, the heart of it, and obviously the driver of it. But Hiroya Minowa, Hiro has just made so much noise. Shanahan, you know, just what a dynamic family, you know, Shanahan, Jack, and talking about Connor, and just overall the collective Irish effort is definitely so cool that we have them here at Formula Drift here in the States. All right, let's see them switch it up. We'll see Connor out front, and Hiroya Minowa, he's one of those drift kids, or excuse me, sim kids that you know, he took a lot of turns on the sim. He did that with previous tracks, but when he showed up, he's like, this is a little different than the sim. But, you know, it's not 100%. Obviously, one, it's digital. Two, yeah, we've never built this track before until this weekend. But here we go. Connor Shanahan initiates Hiroya Minowa, trying to give it back to the Irish driver. Hiroya trying to time it perfectly, going to the outside zone right in front of the fans. Now coming into the power alley, bang the straightaway. Looks like Connor tapped. We lost the tire. A tire is off. That back left of Shanahan, he's going to continue on. But you have to think with him losing that tire, that's got to affect Hiroya Minowa, but Shanahan keeps on keeping on. Those Irish wheels are built a little bit differently. Shanahan looking more like Group B rally car. Homage to Ken Block, KB forever. I remember he did a rally. He had to counterbalance so he'd stay off that wheel, but digging in. Here's a shovel. Can he dig it? He doesn't need a shovel. He's got a wheel digging on into this Long Beach pavement. Wow.
Man, doesn't even care. Just absolutely pedal down all the way through, and Connor has got to be aggressive. He would be fully aware of what was going on behind him, and even through outside zone 2, you could already tell he was trying to shake off Minowa, adding that little bit extra angle. Now we get out to 3. He's trying to outrun him through this section, but through 4 picks up just a bit too much speed, and then catches that bounce, loses that tire, and then stays on it all the way through. But man, Connor Shanahan, what an incredible run. Minowa, he's adapting all the way through. He knows at this point that the lead driver's completely lost the tire, and Minowa's car, I mean, the tire's light up there as well, so he's losing grip. It's just a battle of attrition all the way through. This is incredible. It kind of sucks that we had that contact. I want to see him go head to head, but this is still heads up all the way through.
But that's how you're gonna lose the battle. You know, that little mistake, and unfortunately, you know, loses the tire, goes off, and that's going to impede, you know, Hiroya Minowa. So, but those are the definitive things that the judges are going to need in order to crown a victor, because that's just how it has manifested and rolled into this event. And
yeah,
the caliber of driving we're seeing is just absolutely elevated as the fans erupt here, and we will see.
Looks like judges taking a lot of looks at this because they want to make sure that wherever this contact happened, it wasn't possibly someone that came through because of Minowa getting a bit close or catching it. But both these drivers side by side, I mean, I always love it when they get out of the car to kind of take a look. Because, listen, they want to watch this as much as we do. They want to know exactly what happened. You know, you have a good idea of what happens when you're in the car, but sometimes you don't realize exactly what it's like until you see it on replay.
Both these guys with their Red Bull skid lids, and again, representing Ireland and Japan, the 86s. I mean, these gentlemen, I feel like their careers are just getting started, even though, you know, obviously Connor's been drifting for damn near 10 years, and Hiroya for, I mean, on Sims for years, but I mean, so young. So many years ahead of him. Yeah,
between both of them, their careers are so bright, and yes, we have so many more years to witness them. But yeah, judges still taking a look at the replay to see exactly what happened with that contact. Did something happen before? Was it independent? But either way, I think I mean, it's just wild to see these two drivers, and I'd love it one more time, but that's just me being selfish.
Yeah, did it look like Hiroya had contact with? I mean, you could see him going to the outside zone, kind of has a straightening, and that's where I think it threw him off his line, going to that outside zone right there. So right before that, you saw going to the wall and then going to that short little abbreviate outside zone. Watch this transition here.
Well, it's gonna be right here. Did Minowa make contact, and did that push Connor off that?
No.
It's so close. It's
no
so
contact.
close.
There's none. I think Connor straightened out, and that threw off basically the rhythm of him going into that power alley. And that's where we saw James make a mistake, and obviously even larger than that, it was Vaughn making that mistake. So I really believe it's unfortunately I think it's Connor, and I only say that because it looks like the judges are done. And Hiroya Minowa gets the win. Hiroya Minowa gets the victory. What a great battle. A little high five and handshake there from the gentleman, and a thank you as we are going to hear from the judges and elaborate on that. And it looked like Connor was just a little bit off, and it'll be Hiroya advancing on. Minowa will be going against either Ben Hobson or Tuerck Aasbo. And
Either one will be wild.
yeah, either one. This is where we're at.
Yeah, this is an incredibly stacked bracket all the way through, and it's lining up for some just historic battles.
Yeah, this is so cool, man. There was a lot of trepidation on how this event was going to go, but as we take a look at the judges review, throw it to Reese Mayer. Reese.
Yeah, so we're going to watch the beginning. So far, the beginning of this battle, really close. These guys are getting really good close proximity. We can see going into this zone right here. Coming out of this zone, you can see Connor goes just a little bit deep, hits the wall, and then kind of ricochets and causes the disruption to Minowa in the chase. We reviewed it a bunch of times. We were trying to see if maybe Minowa had some contact before that maybe have led Connor into the wall, but after review, looking from different angles, we were able to see that Connor Shanahan independently just went a little bit too deep, hit the wall, ball hit back, went over, hit Minowa, and that's what ended up causing it. It's a little bit of a sticky one still.
Yeah, fair enough, and appreciate you guys taking all the time to make sure that was correct, because that was a tough one.
All right, we'll take a short break. When we come back, more action here on the streets of Long Beach, the Shoreline Showdown.
Standing here with Hiroya Minowa, you are now advancing against Shanahan, who had an unfortunate D beat. I see your team is thrashing away at the car behind you. First of all, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. I'm very, very happy now. And we hit a little bit, so they're checking the alignment and suspension a little bit, but I'm feeling so good and car feeling so good, so I'm so excited for top 8.
Now, what experience do you have on this track? Because we're calling you the Sim King out here. You've had a lot of laps before some of these other drivers. How does it compare?
I think it's real life is more narrow. The track fading, it's kind of narrow, but it's really, really fun to drive in. Like especially chasing. When we're chasing, it's really good.
I just want to take a moment. Your English has gotten so good over this entire season. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. Your driving has obviously progressed as well. Now, any final words for the fans as we close out this season?
This season was, really, really good season for me. We won in Orlando. The Netherlands, we couldn't get the podium, but this is a huge chance for get the podium today. So, very challenging for us, and I will do my best.
There's still time. Keep going at it. Put your head in the game. Your team obviously has theirs in the game right now. Wonderful to talk to you guys. Back to you in the booth.
Thank you so much, Cerise. And I got to tell you, hey, Hiroya, your English has gotten better as well, man.
Yeah.
We were just talking to Robin Ishida. Robbie says, I only text him in English.
Yeah,
What he
that's
said.
good. It's working. I think he's ready for the podcast.
Okay.
He's got it. I mean, yeah, it's incredible. His driving, his English. Is there anything he can't do?
Have a
drink?
Have a beer at the Pike Bar with us later.
Get him a Shirley
Legally.
Temple. Yeah, we'll get him a
Legally.
Shirley Temple.
I won't tell anybody else. Just thousands of people watching online.
Blowing up his spot.
Oh man, Dougie Berkmeyer sending over some old photos. Love that. All right, let's take a look back here. So if you could recount the battle between Aasbo and Ben Hobson.
Yeah, so a bit of contact there right in our last outside zone, and that then triggered a free 5. So anytime that we get contact with that incomplete, we allow the drivers that 5 minutes to be able to take a look at it. So it comes down to this last zone here, outside zone 7. And we'll see there just a bit of a tap there from Ben, pushes Freddie just a little bit wide and then comes back around. So just want to make sure everything is good to go. It looks like it is, and both drivers pulling up to the line. And now Ben Hobson is going to lead. It was just a small incident, small racing incident, if you will, and shouldn't affect too much, but you never know. This could be a very, very heads-up battle between the two of them, and now we've got Ben Hobson in the lead, who just is on momentous form. Tuerck Aasbo is going to be in the chase, already had an incredible lead run, so now what does he do? And the roles are reversed.
All right, here we go. Ben Hobson, he needs to bring it against the 3-time champ. Can he move on to the Great 8? Now he transitions into that wall. It's menacing. A quick little yank of the handbrake. Oh, look at this. He gets into that wall. Aasbo backs off a little bit. Those are the finite mistakes. It's not the big makes, it's the little mistakes that are going to contribute to the loss or the victory here. Whoa, darting through that smoke. Can barely see. Look at the amount. I mean, that is like marshmallows coming off the back of that Ford Mustang.
Oh, and this is all part of the game here too. It's something that we, you know, kind of more or less looked at, but until the winds actually start changing, you don't realize how bad it's going to end up being. And the smoke coming off of outside zone 5 is really pushing wide and over into 7. So let's take a look here at this replay. And Ben Hobson is just on an absolute heater, doing a great job getting out to all these zones and just grazing the back end against the wall through so many different parts. And Tuerck Aasbo having to back off in a few spots, just thinking that maybe Ben Hobson about to bin the car, but that's where you want to be. You want to be driving in the lead and make that chase driver think that you're going to crash any moment. You can see just how much smoke coming off these cars. We lost sight of them through a good chunk of it, but Tuerck Aasbo looks phenomenal in the chase. Just one spot that he pulled back. We can hear the Norwegian fans again with that chant. They are pumped. They are so stoked to be here. The giant flag. Listen, I think we need more of this. Let's bring in more countries, more flags. Let's represent. Hey, bring a flag from your state, whatever. I'm loving the feeling we're having here today. But yeah, Tuerck Aasbo doing a great job. Ben Hobson on a heater. This is going to be a really tough one for the judges. We had a bit of a break in between the runs, so you'll have to refresh themselves with their replay machine and go back and take a look at this again. Man, we are so spoiled right now in top 16.
Yeah, it's such a cool event. Again, the electricity you can feel. What a way to end a season, man.
Right?
It's just absolutely, like I said, poetic. It's just exciting. It's enthralling. It gets me excited for, shoot, I'll see you in April.
Yeah.
You know, like all the fans and everybody. I mean, obviously a lot of people, you know, still operate and do things. You know, I mean, shoot, in just a couple weeks we got the SEMA show. I'll be out there, and a lot of these drivers will. Partying, looking for sponsors, hugs all around, and you know, tomorrow night we'll celebrate the culmination of a season, the Formula Drift Banquet, right here in Long Beach. Drivers, teams, sponsors, you and I, and I don't know. I don't even know the format. Do you? I mean,
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Do you know what you're wearing? I heard some rumors. But,
yeah, we'll keep that low.
I mean, it's your birthday tomorrow too, so that's pretty big.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll have to convince the crowd for a little happy birthday later on.
Now we're good. Tuerck Aasbo, Ben Hobson, slide him left or slide him right, and slide him. Ooh, one more time, and Freddie Aasbo. Tuerck Aasbo narrowly gets the victory, but Ben Hobson, a great effort there, but again, going against Freddie, there you go, look at it. What are they saying to each other?
It's probably, you know what, you did it, you crushed it, you deserve to be here.
Yep.
You did an incredible job. Freddie's very supportive, and
yes.
I mean, we're all aware of how long it's been for Ben to
Ben Hobson. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good, but yeah, I agree. This is just the beginning here for Ben Hobson.
He's just giving hugs, man. He's rubbing the furry wall.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just over there, happy as a clam. It's really great to see. But you're absolutely right. Freddie is nothing but supportive, and you know, I mean, look, one drift car, it's cool. But two drift cars and two big, you know, drivers, big names, that's way cooler and more dynamic. So love it, and it's definitely impressive as Ben Hobson rocks some Bernies for the last time of 2025. Ben Hobson exits stage right in that Pennzoil Ultra Platinum RTR Spec 5. James the Machine Deane, Connor O'Sullivan, Freddie Aasbo, Hiroya Minowa. There it is, halfway through our top 16. And Tuerck Aasbo is there on the back in the pits. And our next battle will be Matt Field and Jeff Jones. The Beast from the Bay, 777 going against Jeff Jones. We'll see. Did the Bernie on the intros. We'll see if he can do the Burning Man here on track. Matt Field, Borla, Heatwave, Lean Customs, Corvette.
Another all-California battle going on here. This will be quite interesting. Matt Field very much on form. Jeff Jones got to clean up a little bit from his previous battle, but as he progresses, he often does that. So we're off the line. We'll see how this fares for both these drivers.
All right, Matt Field initiates. Jeff Jones diving in way too shallow. That's not where you need to be, Jeff. Come on, you got this. The Evo Auto Works Nissan 370Z. Matt Field puts it right there, right into that outside zone. And here is in the S-turn through that power alley. I mean, that's textbook. It really can't get much better than that on outside zone 6. Coming into 7. Right there on that course's edge. Did exactly what he needed to do. Unfortunately, Jeff was a little shallow, and it was really highlighted by great placement by Field.
Yeah, Field's lead run is fantastic. We'll see here what happened with Jeff. So gets the initiation done, but I just don't think he's got quite the same speed coming through 1 and more or less missing that in the chase, and then starts to battle his way back. But at this point, Matt Field on a really good form all the way through these zones. Could be a touch deeper in a few spots, but can be very treacherous in those Corvettes. There's very little overhang, so getting that close to the wall could be the difference between winning and bidding. And Matt Field doing a great job of filling all the zones without risking too much here in the top 16. And unfortunately for Jeff Jones, it never really comes together for him in the chase. It's tough. I mean, Matt Field has a very, very fast car.
Yeah.
He's got everything locked in. He's completely dialed. He's in a great headspace. So that's a tough driver to beat as we see Tuerck Aasbo bring him back the goatee, too. That's classic. I'm loving that.
You doing the goat?
I think so. Look at he's a little scruffy.
Oh, man.
This is new.
Yeah, who is this? Who's this Viking?
Yeah.
Is he doing it for a movie role? What's going on?
It could be getting the interview in as we take a look at our drivers coming back through the start line. They'll flip it around real quick and get things going again. Jeff Jones going to need an incredible lead run right now and hope that something happens with Matt Field in the chase in order for him to get this victory, because unfortunately he just really wasn't in the proximity that we've come to expect at this competition.
What I think Freddie, I always compliment his chin. Maybe he's just hiding it. He's camouflaging his
jawline.
His beautiful jawline.
It is.
I'm envious of it.
It is incredible. Yeah.
Got these doughy faces.
Big cheeks. Got hamster cheeks.
Wow. Didn't mean to hit a soft spot, literally. Here we go. Jeff Jones, that Evo Auto Works. Nissan 370Z. Nice job by Jeff Jones. That Field dialing it back, but maybe too much. Don't give him too much room, because Jeff Jones could take you out. Well done on that outside zone, through the power alley, bang, bang, wall to wall, into the S-turn. As Chris Zan looks on, he's excited, he's pumped, and now into that final outside zone. Look at that, come on. He's like ludicrous right now. Move, Jeff, get out the way. Like, he is just really trying to pressure him into a mistake. Well done by Jeff Jones, but Matt Field, he wasn't letting him go anywhere. Yeah,
I think Matt gave him just a little bit of leash in the beginning just to see what he's going to do, knowing that the car is maybe a bit slower because of the chase, and you can see it takes Jeff a minute there to really get the tires lit off. It does a really good job through 1 and 2, and then Matt realized, okay, he's on this, we're all good. Unfortunately, Jeff missing pretty much all the 3, tipping the tire into 4. The Matt Field now would have taken notes from his spotter and who would have let him know, hey, Jeff was a couple car lengths back, stay within a car length, be safe, don't do anything crazy, and you probably get this in the bag. And that seems to be what Matt Field's doing. And you know, Matt's a competitor that does not like to hold back at any moment. So for him, that's it's going to be a little bit tougher to do that, but he does a great job of it. And Jeff had a solid lead run, but now that we're at this level of competition, I don't know if solid's going to do it because we're expecting perfection.
All right, so here we are. Happy birthday to Garrett. Thank you so much, Justin Bauer, for joining us out here as we are taking a look. Slide him left for Field, right for Jeff Jones, and 1 vote for Matt Field, 2 for Matt Field, and Matt Field gets the win. Field takes the victory, advancing on past Jeff Jones. And hey, first up, Cerise, what's up with the facial hair for Freddie? Facial hair Freddie, what's going on here?
All right, I got Jared in the booth asking what's going on with your facial hair.
I'm trying to finally be a man, Jared. That's all it is. Honestly, what it is, my shaver ran out of battery, so.
It happens to the best of us, you know? Even 3-time champ, Tuerck Aasbo. Freddie, you got your Norwegian fans in the crowd. Talk to me about what it means to be a Norwegian here in America and to have all of those supporters in the stands.
It's huge. Like you said, we have a lot of friends from back home in the stands today, and they're going to be here for a week. And I wish I could say they were only here for the drifting, but honestly, they're here because the weather back home sucks right now.
Oh no, what's it like back home? Rainy?
Oh, you don't want to know. It's freezing. It can be nice, but this is kind of like the dark time of the year, you know, before the fun part starts, the ice drifting.
Now that's all fun and games. You're going head to head now with Matt Field. What is it going to take to push it past the finish line for you?
I think I'm going against Hiroya.
Oh.
I believe.
Oh, I heard Matt Field. I think in points.
Oh, that's right. In points. That's right. Been there before. Matt's on a tier this year. You know, I'm trying not to think about the points in the championship as much because at the end of the day, what really matters and what can help our chances is just putting on good laps out there, and that's what I'm trying to do. I had an awesome fight with Ben here. He is a champion in the making, and I mean already a champion, right, in pro spec. So he's gonna get us one day.
Absolutely, and he's standing off to the side. So I'm gonna let you boys have a moment, gentlemen. Back to you in the booth. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep it going, and I'll get you some batteries so you can shave for tomorrow's banquet. All right, Freddie Aasbo gets the victory and smiles for miles. Look at this. I feel like we're in 2004. Forsberg in his SRZ and Tuerck in his S14, but we have leveled up over 22 years. Chris the Force Forsberg, Drift Alliance battle, Ryan Tuerck expecting his second child, Shannon and Roman, I know you're watching. Lizardo, I know you're cheering on your man as well. Here we go, Chris the Force Forsberg goes into the outside zone through the power alley, transitioning now, Forsberg, and then Aldouzi brings it on in through the S-turn, outside zone 6, going into 7. Here we go, transition now. You see Forsberg up close and personal, diving out of the smoke. Big angle from Forsberg. Ryan Tuerck in the hot hatchback brings it on home.
Something beautiful about a battle like this. Drivers that have gone head-to-head 20 times now. 20 times. Chris taking 11.
That's only for 5. Is that?
No, we're talking all-time. All-time. I go deep dive on these stats. But, incredible runs here from both drivers. Chris Forsberg out front doing a great job through 1, getting that tires lit off halfway through 2, floating it out quite well. Both cars look very easy to drive right now. Chris maybe not getting all the way out to 3, but does a great job through 4. And Ryan Tuerck, knowing this competitor, knowing him like almost nobody else does, and knows he can trust him through basically every turn. Chris Forsberg going really wide at a 6, wider than I think almost anybody else has gone today. Laying down some fresh tracks, a bit of a throwback to his old series, and Ryan Tuerck doing a great job through 7. So solid run, and it's kind of cool to get to see them do this here in 2025.
Like I said, this is just so nostalgic, and in 22 years, just putting a bow on it, and here are 2, iconic names now, not even just drifting, but motorsports. Chris is building trucks. He's going Nora Racing. He's built Ultimaniac. Ryan Tuerck with the 4586, the Ferrari motor in 86. He's building a Celica. He built Formula Supra, the Judd V10 car. So not just drifters, but motorsport icons now. The creativity, it started in drifting, but it's expanded upon that. Going to the dirt, going grip racing, going, off-road, it's just all of it. So proud to call these guys great friends of mine for 22 years, almost 23 years. Here we go. Ryan Tuerck out front, that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. It's a Toyota-Nissan battle. 2 legends as Ryan Tuerck brings it into the outside zone. You can see Forsberg massaging it there. Forsberg backs off. Tuerck gets the wall. That corrects him out. So almost 2 negatives equal. Whoa! And we got contact. Tuerck was going into the wall. He comes. We're bashing. We're banging. Make some noise for Ryan Tuerck and Chris Forsberg. Wow.
And we're seeing both their spotters both laughing, knowing that this is how this is going to end. Both these drivers absolutely going at it. I'm waiting for them to come out and give each other big hugs.
Fight. No, just kidding.
You know what? This is very reminiscent back in the old E-Town days. I'm sure this has happened more times than we can count. Both of them crashing into each other, hoping to finish the battle as both teams knowing there's some wrenches that are going to to be turned before the night is over.
These aren't Bloodmasters S chassis, you know. These are 1,000 horsepower, $250,000 machines that they're banging like rental cars.
It's like back to an old episode of Tuerck or Drift, or one of the many series these drivers have put on over the years. And this is just good old-fashioned drifting. Two guys going at it, banging doors, literally banging wheels. One contact there, coming through the zones. Now we see Chris. He's got to dive again. And here we go, another contact. And then they're both still in it. Tuerck over rotates in the third contact. Oh, man. And they finally decide to shut it down. I think it's because our track workers came running out, or they would have just been still at it, but look at that.
Ooh.
You can almost see Forsberg bracing for impact, but they both keeping it all the way through. Phenomenal runs. There's just smiles all the way through the booth here because
oh my gosh,
just good old-fashioned drifting going on.
Yeah, it's so much fun. There's Chris. He's smiling. Get out of here, buddy. Look at these guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Hey, make some noise for Forsberg and Tuerck. I'm getting some texts from people. DA to DA. Hey, chill, bro. As Edgar tunes in, and just my phone is blowing up. It's so cool.
Oh man, and here we go. Judges' results are in.
Slide him right for Ryan Tuerck, gets the win. His wife's giving birth, and he's giving birth to a potential podium right now. As Chris Forsberg takes himself out a little bit, and we'll take a short break. And again, we'll come back. We'll clean up the track. As we can see, we are 3/4 of the way through our top 16. Deane versus Sullivan, Aasbo versus Minowa, Field versus Tuerck, and then you can see the other two battles here in top 16. LZ versus Jack Shanahan going for that Rookie of the Year. As long as he wins, he locks up 2025 Rookie of the Year. And then finally, Ken Gushi and Simon Olsen as the Rockstar Energy Drink driver, Mr. Ryan Tuerck, is getting escorted off track. But now the work begins because the Rockstar camp, including Steve Mateus, his son, I know they're here in the building. They're cheering him on. So Rockstar 1 and 2 here, Freddie and Tuerck advance on into the 8.
We did see they put a little bit of oil dry down on the track. Now, it doesn't mean that it was oil. It could have been something else. So Tuerck might have had a small leak of some kind. So hopefully they get that fixed up pretty quick as we move on to our next battle. This one is another heater. Adam LZ, Jack Shanahan.
This should be good, and I think this is like a big bragging right one.
Yeah,
because
for
it's
sure.
like Jack's like, bro, I've been done doing this, right? And Adam's like, so have I, but like, and I think as long as Adam's done eating that pizza that Cerise was interrupting his pizza time, I think Adam could bring it. This is going to be really interesting, but this is bragging rights at Pike Bar later.
Yeah, for sure. And for Adam, this could be potential second place, and for Jack, this is to lock in his Rookie of the Year. So there's every battle right now has got a ton at stake, and this is just adding to it.
And here we go. Let's take a look. Adam LZ, that Drift HQ, BMW. Remember, he's fighting for second. Oh! Adam goes too hard.
Happens.
And that was not Jack hitting him at all. It looked independent. Steve Mateus, the Mateus boys in the building. Look at baby Mateus. That is far from baby. Look at that. Look at that broom right there. Wow. We're going to need a broom out here on track. Get Mateus out there to sweep it up with that mustache. Wow. Jump on the wall. What happened? What happened, brother?
I think Adam came in with a lot of heat. Jack was real close on his tail, and I'm sure we'll get to a replay here. But the big thing, obviously, we're hoping that everybody's all right. Jack out of the car immediately to take a look, make sure Adam's good. That was a good hit. That was definitely a good, it was a bad hit, but it was enough to shake things loose a little bit. So seems like everybody's good. I'm sure for Adam, it's just some frustration, maybe a little embarrassment. And for Jack, they never like winning this way. None of these drivers do, but I know for sure the Shanahans, there's no pride in winning like this.
Jack's like, I'll take it.
No,
Adam, that was independent.
It was independent. Adam, just not able to find the dig out of the hole, so he gets the car sideways, gets on throttle. He's on throttle fairly early, but the car just does not want to have the forward bite, and him wanting to fill all of outside zone 2 means that he goes fairly wide. So take a look, make sure there's nothing else strange going on, but Adam is on throttle. That car just does not want to find bite and does not want to push forward. So getting in that accident, Jack does the right thing. Looks like he grabs the handbrake, swings the back end around because he can tell pretty quick. He's seen this story before. This ain't good.
Dude,
this ain't good.
And he's seen it in worse condition too. St. Louis writing off that car. Correct me if I'm wrong, is this the car that they came back with after the one got totaled and rebuilt it, and this was his homie sitting out front?
Yeah, so this is the second car. The first one, I know he talked about.
First one's done. Oh boy, that back right corner, that is where we're going. We definitely need roads.
And potentially a new grip kit in the rear. No, for sure, a lot of things, but that's, now here's the thing.
5 minutes?
It is possible. It is possible. A lot of the teams now are basically putting together entire corners of the car because it's not worth it just to try and pull one arm and replace it. It's like drop the shocks, unbolt from the subframe, throw a whole new thing in. Yeah. We've got a lot of new technology as well, like, I mean, not even that new, but like dry brake lines. So before you'd have to, you used to have to like bleed a brake line. Now you can basically prime everything back up, unbolt the corner, bolt a new one in. So it just depends on how they want to tackle this. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure Adam is more or less just telling his team right now, hey, this is what we need to get ready for it. But that team's going to know. They're very prepared. They're very aware of how things go. And they've got a few minutes now. This is the one kind of upside with this incident is they can get almost everything ready to go for the rear in the pits right now while we're doing this. Now, the hard part with this is that we do run a hot pit setup here, so they have to have it all ready to go out on Shoreline.
Explain what a hot pit is.
Yeah, so there's 2 separate pits at events. You're going to have the main pits where the truck and trailer is going to be, and then we have hot pits where we've got that going out there as we take a look at Ryan Tuerck, who's also repairing and potentially replacing an entire corner of that car. So the hot pits are the ones where they should have everything ready to go and prepped. And for Adam, they've got to basically take that car back out to Shoreline Drive, roadside repair, and get this ready to go.
And also, it's not just the back right, it's that front right as well, because we hit 1, 2. So we will see as we clear the track, throw it down to Cerise Taylor. Ryan, Cerise, I got to ask you, I mean, this felt nostalgic. Ryan Tuerck and Chris Forsberg going against each other. That was cool. Big smiles as they got out of the car, even with the accident.
Yeah, absolutely. I just had Jared saying in the booth, you had you against Forsberg. You got 22 years of lineage between the two of you guys. That was very nostalgic. First and foremost, any words for Forsberg?
I mean, he's my homie, and any chance we get to drive together is always going to be a good time. So I'm bummed it ended in us crashing together, but obviously it's just fun. We don't get to drive together as much anymore, so it's just nice to even meet up in on track in Formula Drift competition. So
absolutely. Now you are advancing, but at what cost, right? Is this going to buff out? What are you thinking right now? Because I see one of your wheels hanging off here. You got both ends that had some damage. So
yeah, I think we got both corners in the rear to just take a peek at. Probably just throw some toe plates on it. The front left took the majority of the damage, and it broke the knuckle, which is not something that they're pretty familiar with changing, unfortunately. But they should be all set. They're assessing anything else that could potentially be bent or broken right now. Yep. And we should have enough time to get it back together. Yeah, well, I know that your team is more than capable. We still have some time left here in the competition. We have a couple more battles. We have a delay on the track right now. This track is not very forgiving, so you're not alone, unfortunately, at the moment. But let's go see what you can do for the rest of the day. Thank you, guys. Hi, Roman.
And right now, just giving to Adam LZ's mistake, but we are 3/4 of the way through, and maybe even a little more if we get some finality to this battle. Simon Olsen, Kenshiro Gushi. Kenshiro, I hear you. Gushi needs some love.
Can't play favorites.
Can't play favorites. Come on, Simon Olsen. Come on, Ken Gushi. Put on a show and send it. Here we go. Simon Olsen dials it in. Ken Gushi almost tit for tat is what we saw from Gushi. Tries a surge attack. Look at the placement of that Mark V Supra. Now coming into the S turn through that power alley. Simon, good angle. Really good settlement of that car. You can see the car really hunkered down. Digs into that last outside zone. And well done on that last outside zone. That allowed Gushi to really get into formation and bring it on home. I liked what Simon did there in the lead run with that clean air. Car looked settled. It looked sucked to the ground, and he really dialed it in.
Yeah, that was really interesting. It's going to be a tough call for the judges here. Fans absolutely loving this battle. Ken Gushi getting a little wild out there, making some great dives to try and keep the proximity as best as possible through so much of the run. Simon not able to get all the way up, but does a good job of getting that car lit up. A big slingshot, similar to what we saw with Ken, just dipping the tires for a second through outside zone 3 and 4 with a great arc. Ken Gushi he's there the whole time. I will say Ken maybe doesn't have as much proximity, but I would say more consistent proximity through the vast majority of this. And this last little bit of a push here, this is what got the fans stoked, is Ken Gushi able to fall in tow. Judges having to take a minute here to really understand how this plays out, and it's going to be an interesting battle as we get eyes now on Adam LZ. And there's his mechanic Owen surveying the damage, and I think we're just waiting before we get hands on it to get the clock going as both drivers out of the car. And man, another solid battle.
I think the needle is going one way for sure, and there it is. Yeah, that's what I anticipated. Simon Olsen. I'm getting thumbs down over here from just to my left. He gave thumbs down in real life. This isn't Facebook. All right, so there it is. Simon Olsen gets the win, a fist pump. He moves on to the Great 8.
Oh man, they're pumped.
All right, so Simon Olsen, he's got his fans. What is going on here? That front right is banged up.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage to this car.
I mean, you could see Cerise down there. She looks like she just got done with a music video. She looks great. I love it. I was like, she's looking like an East Coast Eve over here, the first lady of FD right now. Hey, shout out to Lorette Nickel. Lorette couldn't make it here this weekend. She sends her love. What a fit Lorette had in Coda and Austin, by the way. You look great as well, Cerise. Down to you.
Yeah, we both got the cheetah thing rocking, and as far as looks go, obviously, we're having some damage behind me here. I just talked to Sean Booth. The guys are dealing with a bent strut tower, so unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing this car in competition for the rest of the day. We got a broken trailing arm, I believe, so Adam is unfortunately out. I'm sure that he is feeling just as bummed as the rest of us. Of course, we love watching him in competition. Guys, how are we feeling right now? I got a bunch of fans behind me. Yeah, we love Adam? All right, cool. He's got his fans, he's got his support, but we'll see him at the banquet, and that's all that she wrote for now.
Yeah, so the repercussions here is Jack Shanahan is officially your 2025 Rookie of the Year. Here comes Jack, a celebratory Byron layout. Listen to the Irish driver, Jack Shanahan.
Amazing run there from Jack Shanahan, a bit of celebration. It's super unfortunate for Adam LZ, but a bent strut tower is not something that's going to get fixed in a few minutes, that's for sure, and that will lock in Jack, as you said, and unfortunately for Adam, who was sitting in third, this is going to be tough.
Yeah, I was just talking to Sage about that. The scenarios as far as overall in the championship, we know that James Deane locked it in. Matt Field comes in second in the standings, and then Adam was sitting in third, but with Freddie advancing on, I believe he could tie or even supersede Adam LZ. And yeah, because they were both sitting at 180.
He would have, yeah.
And so again, we'll take a look at that as it unfolds. But again, LZ out, and we can take a look. This is the current standings. So, and there it is. So Freddie does supersede. So Adam LZ just outside of a top 3 finish in the 2025 season. But definitely hold your head high. And I don't think that Hiroya could supersede him or get in the conversation mathematically now, but things are still unfolding. Of course, Matt Field, Tuerck Aasbo, they're going for second overall in the championship. Who's it going to be? Don't go anywhere. Easy for me to say. Here, Formula Drift, Shoreline Showdown. When we come back, it's the Great 8 here. Yes, sir. The Great 8 is upon us. We're just having a conversation here. Guess what? This track and this build really highlights that we can put a track anywhere.
Yep.
I'm just up here. I'm just pontificating and just saying, dude, we could go Minnesota, we go Arizona, we go to Staples Center, but in the parking lot. You know, like just you're talking about trolling. Really, we're going to LA Coliseum, just outside.
Yeah, that's the parking lot.
Yeah, but really, truthfully, a track could be built anywhere, and that's what I love about this setup, man. It's a beautiful backdrop, and thank you to Rex Richardson, the mayor of Long Beach, for opening his metaphorical doors to us and saying, let's do it. We bookended round 1 and round 8, and here we are. Speaking of 8, it's the Great 8. James the Machine Deane and Connor O'Sullivan. James the Machine Deane goes into that second outside zone. O'Sullivan, that Army BMW. Oh, look at him. Reeling him in. And James Deane, not even affected. Keeps on keeping on. In that Penzo RTR Spec 5. Clinical. Absolutely surgical with that RTR Mustang. Outside zone 7. Ain't no thing. Get that dirt off your shoulder, man. Wow, well done by James Deane. O'Sullivan a little bit shallow on that last outside zone. going into the final two.
Yeah, it's this RTR. I can't say it enough. It is so incredibly fast, and it's able to pick up speed in such a unique way and in such different places than almost any other car. At angle, it's gaining speed. It's incredible. But Connor O'Sullivan does an amazing job of really just trying to push the pace on James Deane. He gets caught just a little bit. And the other part, too, is if the RTRs make so much smoke, it is crazy to be able to chase them. They just plume all the way around and up into the doors, and it becomes very difficult to chase. But James Deane provides such an amazing opportunity with another almost flawless run. And Connor O'Sullivan, he's got to just keep the pace on him the entire time. You can't let him let up at any moment. And he's trying. He's definitely doing that. I mean, this is, for O'Sully, he's still running like the 700 horsepower engine. He's one of the lowest horsepower guys on the grid right now, if not the lowest. And you couldn't really tell from this run because he is keeping pace. Does a great job of, even when he's got this distance, he walks the car in. He doesn't just dive in. He slowly adds and subtracts angles to worm his way towards the door of that RTR. So great job from Connor O'Sullivan. Anytime you're trying to just keep up with that Mustang, it's a tall order. They're going to swap it around, though, and for Connor, this is definitely a do or die. He is going to throw everything at it. He's already got another car in the works, so who needs this one, right?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, guys, just follow his socials. Check out Connor O'Sullivan on Instagram. You can keep up with all the
I
deets.
follow him. There's a lot of noise.
I meant for everybody else, not you.
All right. So, what'd you say?
I said for everybody else. Make sure they follow.
All right. Well, I'm glad Chris Forsberg follows me now. Here we go. Connor O'Sullivan and James the Machine Deane O'Sully. You talk about warming his way in. Well, he is warming it up. Ew, buddy! O'Sully, regardless of horsepower, he's walking James Deane right now. Give him a leash. Look at O'Sully. I mean, he's bringing the magic. That got a little weird. That got wonky. I need to see that overhead, that Truth Serum camera. That got weird in that last outside zone.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's got lost in the smoke as it barreled over from 4 into 7, but we'll take a look here. I mean, right off the kick, though. I mean, Connor O'Sullivan came out, both hands up, ready to fight James Deane. The amount of speed he lights off immediately after exiting outside zone 1, something that not a lot of drivers are doing, transitioning super early, but still getting all the way out to outside zone 3. This is an absolutely phenomenal, once in a lifetime. I mean, it's not once in a lifetime. I can see Connor O'Sullivan doing this over and over again. And James Deane, he's keeping up with him all the way through, and Connor's trying to run away without doing it, but I think, the car just grips up. Going into the first part of 7, he gets on throttle, and that was it. It just grabs and starts to push out. So might have even been a bit of understeer through that section. Couldn't see. Okay, we are hearing from his spotter that the smoke coming from 4 rolled over the wall, and he just lost track of where he was into 7. Oh, so gut-wrenching.
This is when you insert John Cena music. You can't see him.
Yeah.
James Deane gets the win, and O'Sully just get blinded, not by the light, but gets blinded by the smoke. It was a whiteout, and O'Sully got blinded, but James Deane comes out on top. And James, he said, just no pressure. I got, just having fun, putting on a show. But I'll tell you what, he is guaranteed a podium.
Yeah.
He comes into this round with that victory in Utah, so he comes with that number 1 spot, and he, would love to better it. 3rd is great, but he wants to go for it. But you can see right there, 5-time Formula Drift champion. He went back to back, 17, 18, 19, most recently in 24, 25. But those 24-25 victories are matched with the 2023 victory of Chelsea Denofa and that Mustang RTR. There's some hugs. Vaughn and James Deane down there hugging it out. There's the new Mustang RTR from the Ford factory. Ben Hobson down there as well. Our next bets, grade 8. Hiroya Minowa from Japan, 16 years old. Nothing but respect from this young man going against Tuerck Aasbo and the Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra.
This is wild. This is another just incredible battle. Both these drivers have had to go through so much just to face epic opponents right now.
And what's interesting here is Tuerck Aasbo, the first time we got introduced to him, was driving a Mark IV Supra not far from here at a World Championship drifting event in a vehicle called Chucky. Now this thing right here, Hiroya taps the wall. Tuerck Aasbo unfazed, keeps on the Rockstar, rock solid, challenging this 16-year-old absolute young gun. But looks like Freddie Aasbo, where there's smoke, there is fire. And there it is once again, tire fire. Haroya Minowa, little flambe right in the face of the Norwegian hammer. Unflappable is Tuerck Aasbo.
Yeah, he's all over this, and Minowa drives so far beyond his age. It's truly incredible, and one of the most amazing things about his driving, and we've talked about it all year, is that he can adapt to whoever he's going against. If it's a driver that's wild, he will drive wild. If they're precise, he'll do that. And man, this is such an incredible line here for Hiro Minowa all the way out. And Tuerck Aasbo, he's no stranger to chasing down incredible drivers and does an amazing job. And that tire fire, both tires lighting up at one point for Minowa, just showing how much grip they've got in this car, how fast they want it to go. But the Norwegian driver at no point is shook. Man, what a solid run, and we're only halfway through this battle. Oh, look at it, just and hear it. Sometimes, Jared, I just want to just let it run, say nothing, and just let the cars play the music, because it's wild to hear these things pop off.
It's a symphony of rock and roll, and you could see the fire. I mean, it is a sensory overload. The smoke, the fire, the exhaust note, the symphony of rock and roll. Tuerck Aasbo's team looking on. They switched tire manufacturers this year, switching over to Kenda. And it seems to be not affecting him and maybe even progressing him. He talked about it at round one. He won. He was on the podium. Can he do it again here in Long Beach? If so, I mean, Long Beach has played a major role, like I said, in Tuerck Aasbo's life. We got introduced to him many moons ago, over 15 years ago, at a World Championship event when he drove a Mark IV Toyota Supra. This young kid, and it all comes down to this. For the season, Tuerck Aasbo, can he get that second overall spot in the 2025 championship? Haroya Minowa's going to try to put a stop to it, but Tuerck Aasbo fights clean, clinical, tight, right, lick the stamp and send it for potentially one final time. For one of these drivers, it is the final time. Will it be Freddie? Will it be Hiro? Who's going to be a hero? Freddie or Minowa? Crossing the finish line is the three-time champ against what I would deem a potential future champ. And I will just say for certain, he's going to be a champion.
Yeah, if as long as he stays in this sport, he will win a championship. It's just a matter of time. It is wild to see what he's able to do at his age and driving like he's twice that. But going against Tuerck Aasbo, who, when he is on form, he is unbeatable. We've seen it for years. There were people complaining that watching him drive was boring because he just won everything. And that was the dominance of Tuerck Aasbo, and we're seeing this come back again. He is so focused on just winning right now. It's like nothing else matters to him, and his driving is flawless. Look at this. Almost no adjustments all the way through these zones. He just sets and forgets. But for Minowa, it's like he's on bungee cords behind him. He's just attached in every single transition. He makes it look smooth. The dives are consistent. There's nothing that looks weird. It's just phenomenal and flawless driving from both sides. This is a very, very tough day to be a judge, that is for sure. Look at this, just a little door kiss from Minowa, and the Norwegian fans again absolutely shouting at the top of their lungs for their home driver.
You know, man, the uprisers. Look at Justin Smash getting involved. Our drone pilot. Make some noise for Tuerck Aasbo and Haroya Minowa. Hey, Long Beach, stomp your feet for us. Long Beach, stomp your feet. Hold stumped. There it is. They're loud, but is Freddie impressive enough to the judges, or Haroya Minowa? Jerry Yang and his camp looking on. Who's going against James Deane? And again, with Freddie hunting for the championship. Matt Field's still in it. Slide him left for Haroya Minowa. One more time. And Haroya Minowa takes out Tuerck Aasbo.
Wow. This is
Minowa versus Deane in the final four. And there it is, the Yang camp erupting.
This is huge for our points as well. This is crazy. It'll stop the surge of Tuerck Aasbo from being able to pick up any more points. And man, things are really starting to come together when it comes to our season finale. But Man, Minowa back in. Look at the team, just ready to go. Toe plates out. Let's just get back at it. Start wrenching. Fresh tires. Business as usual for them. And it's, man, wild.
Yeah, he might have won this battle, but he knows the work continues and it doesn't get easier. He's going against James Deane, and now I believe Matt Field might be locking up second. We'll see. Going to Reese Marin. Go for it.
Yeah, we can see the battle here. It was a really close battle. Proximity was really good by both drivers, but if we play against to Minowa, me and Robin Ishii just felt that Minowa was just a little bit closer in proximity in the chase. We do see that there's a little bit of a wall tap going in there, which will put it over for Brian Egger, where there was a one more time. But for us, definitely going into outside zone 7, you can see here, we feel like Minowa just did a better job getting into the pocket and just really edging him out with just having close proximity. Both lead runs were really good. This was an amazing battle, but me and Robbie felt that Minowa just edged him out with having better proximity.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game here. Better proximity. Wherever we can get it, we'll take it. And man, so calm, cool, collected for this incredibly young driver. And yeah, just business as usual for him as it seems.
He shows poise, maturity, refinement, professionalism. He has all the makings of just such a successful driver, and it's showing up. So James Deane, Minowa are already in the Final Four, and who will join him? We'll find out here in the Shoreline Showdown. A beautiful day, and guess what? With us being here in Long Beach, we'll get you home by dinner time. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back here in Long Beach. We saw some saw some contact, and now, I mean, Field and Tuerck, this is going to be a bare knuckle battle.
Yeah, 100%. And they both have incredible teams behind them who I'm sure are whispering in their ears, just wreck the car. Just do anything you got to do to get through this.
I don't know about wrecking.
I mean, don't wreck it, but like just go for it. Like, don't hold back. There's no point. We're down to the last little bit, and yeah, there's so many different scenarios about points are getting crossed off. We got handed 2 full sheets of paper. Okay, if this happens, then this happens.
Yeah.
So glad we're now down to a few lines.
Yeah, it's really been just where the chips fell is where they are right now. So we will see who comes out on top. Right now, it's Matt Field versus Ryan Tuerck. Okay, Hiroya was 180 actually. So again, with that victory, if Hiroya wins, he there's some repercussions there. Here we go, Matt Field, Ryan Tuerck. Here we go, Matt Field in that Borla Corvette, and Ryan Tuerck drops into formation. A little slow trickle in that second outside zone. Wasn't exactly blazing. Look at that left foot brake from Matt Field. Not ripping through the course, more placement as opposed to expedition, meaning expediting this course. Now, coming through that S-turn, one final outside zone right in front of the judges. And Matt Field looked like he went almost into that wall. I don't know if Matt Field's running 100%. Because just, again, Matt goes really, Borla to the wall. And, yeah, let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, it's definitely a wild run here from Matt Field. I'm also wondering if now we're getting some cooler temps and there's some shade in a few spots, if the grip is starting to come out of the track a little bit. But Matt Field through outside zone 2, everything looks good, just pushing a little bit wider than what we would have expected. 3, things are looking solid, and same thing through 4, while Ryan Tuerck on his door all the way through at 5, solid. Now we're into that big 6. And as they transition out, Matt on a shorter, it still goes up pretty wide, it's not a ton of angle, but I think a lot of these drivers struggling through that chunk of smoke, and you see just how far offline Ryan Tuerck goes. So it's just a weird spot as they come through that area, and I think it's just catching them out. I'm wondering too, we got a little bit of sun dropping back there. It's just all of the elements to make it very, very difficult for these drivers as we progress through this day. You got shade now, you got smoke, you got glaring sunlight. It's just everything against them. We'll get one more spot here, but look, you can't see anything going through that from Justin Smash. And both of them have to bail out. Matt going wide, Ryan going shorter. That is pretty wild.
It is so hard to navigate that. That is just so
Look, you can't see anything going in. That's just a wall of light.
You're going into the abyss.
And you can't see them through it. Man.
No.
Talk about an impossible job for boat drivers.
Smoke, chill, bro. Jeez. Bro, chill, bro.
Man. Well, it's kind of a game right now of who gets the good wind gust.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody start just blowing right now. So we get that chant going. Get American chant going here. All right, here we go. Ryan Tuerck out front. That Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla, the Rockstar Energy Drink driver, trying to get on the box. Again, we saw him get the win in Seattle, and Matt Field got it here. And oh, buddy, contact. Contact between Tuerck and Matt Field. You can see Matt taking a look. Let's see what happened here. Who was at fault? And again, Tuerck won in Seattle in 24. Field won in 25. Let's take a look.
That's really, really interesting. So, you know, the two scenarios is Ryan slowing down or checking up in a spot he shouldn't, or is Matt just being far too aggressive, diving in on Ryan Tuerck? We'll catch the replay. We'll be able to hopefully diagnose. I mean, the nice thing is ultimately it's not up to us. It'll be up to the judges. We just get to be along for the ride like everybody else. So here's Ryan Tuerck looking great through one. It's back on throttle there a little bit later through second. I think Matt might have given him just a little bit of a love tap through that section. Transitioning out to three. Right, not quite all the way out there, and Matt is just surging. So I'm seeing tires smoke all the way through that area, but this view here might let us know. And they're in shadow. And the lights again. Tough to say. I wanted to see if maybe Ryan had a big handbrake pull through there. It still see the wheels turning in the rear. He's still turning. Oh, it's tough to say. The car just kind of gets in the way.
And, you know, I'm taking a look at that front right. That's left foot. You see it come to a halt, left foot brake.
Yeah.
Field did the same thing in his lead run. A lot of the drivers are doing that. We saw from Shanahan, that left foot brake. Again, that front right, you see it stopping. But the angle doesn't seem too drastic. Matt, you can see him diving in on the, you know, the angle. It wasn't mimicking Tuerck. You know, so he had a little less angle than Ryan, but like perfect storm.
Yeah.
You know, it was Ryan sliding back. Matt wasn't mimicking, wasn't exactly in the pocket. You see him coming in, so
yeah. So
these guys are analyzing it.
Tuerck's on a pretty good left foot brake there, and then starts to add more angle as he's coming around. And Matt's on a slightly tighter line with a little bit less angle, trying to close the gap. It is a perfect storm. It is two things going on at the same time, and it's going to be a tough call.
Slide him left for Matt Field, or right for Ryan Tuerck, gets the win. And Matt Field is knocked out. So we will talk about championship standings at the end of this. But first and foremost, we're going to get a breakdown and a synopsis of what the judges saw. It was unanimous, and it was fairly quick, Jacob.
Yeah.
It was fairly quick. So, again, Matt, you know, I love Matt, love his team. They've done such a great job over the years, and this year included. Obviously, James Deane just so hard to beat, gets it done in 7 out of the 8 rounds. And Ryan Tuerck, here he is, you know, he's going to the Final Four. It would just be such a great victory for him if he could get on the podium and, of course, get a win for the Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla and the Rockstar Energy Drink driver of Ryan Tuerck. But, again, and we are one more battle away from forging our Final Four. You got Jack Shanahan and Simon Olsen. Chow, Matt Field spotter heading out. A good effort there from Matt Field. And let's go to Reese Marin on our judges review. Reese.
Yeah, so discussing with the judges, we were going through the battle, and you can see here, Ryan really does get lucky. You can see he goes into the initiation, comes up pretty shallow going into outside zone 2. So at this point, Field is pretty much having the advantage. Going into the next zones here, he goes in and then lunges forward, gets him into the front. And this has been very consistent what we've been doing all year. You just have to make sure you don't get contact to those front wheels. You can see a surge comes in, and then the hit happens right there. And that's going to pendulum swing the car, make them rotate. And at that point, we decided that Ryan Tuerck gets the win.
So in a situation like this, it is it's up to that chase driver to be able to adapt.
Yes, he has to, you know, he has to stay very patient. He has to make sure that there's no surging. We saw what he wanted to do. He kind of surged to see if maybe get into the pocket, mistimed it a little bit, got a little ahead of him, got into the front wheels, pendulum swung Ryan Tuerck around. Ryan Tuerck gets the win.
Thank you so much, Reese. And Ryan Tuerck in the cockpit. The beautiful signature blue eyes of Ryan Tuerck matching his race suit right there. And he advances on. So 3 drivers in the Final Four. Which country, which driver, which vehicle will be going against Ryan Tuerck. Jack Shanahan, locked in Formula Drift 2025 Rookie of the Year, going against Simon Olsen from Norway in his Mark V Toyota Supra. All right, so the Norwegian flag continues to wave, not for Freddie anymore, but now continuing for Simon Olsen. We saw the emotions run deep earlier today as Kuzi, he's stoked right now. Kuzi cheering on Ryan Tuerck. Can't miss him in that orange hat, that Tuerck shirt, brother. Of course, the wig. Here we go. Speaking of wig, shake it like a Polaroid. Here we go. As Jack Shanahan into that outside zone, the BMW continues. And Simon Olsen shallow on that outside zone there in front of the spans. Temps are dropping here a little bit. The cars seem to be gripping up pretty good, but again, the smoke not so thick here coming over the wall, so definitely better vision for the drivers. That might be a technique as well. When they double back, Simon gets into that pocket.
He's a man possessed today. He's found that
Shanahan or Simon?
Both.
Okay.
The statement for both. I mean, I'm loving the way both of them are driving. Simon, who's just had this bit of rebuilding, getting back to this chassis, and the team now has really got things locked in. He's in a great spot, and he's doing an amazing job. And same thing for Jack. It's similar stories for both of them. You know, starting off the year in a way that maybe they wouldn't have hoped, and both of them working with their teams to get back into an advantageous position, and we're seeing that right now. Jack Shanahan doing a great job, getting nice and wide for the second outside zone, doing good on third. Simon taking that tighter line and has to hold back through 4 so he doesn't make contact with the Irishman through 5. This is now where Simon starts to really bury the teeth into the side of the Irishman's door. And now onto this transition through 7. That's the last dive for the Norwegian to be able to really end this battle, or this side of the battle, with a good exclamation point. So Jack is very, very consistent out front for me. Simon's a little bit more lungy, kind of coming in, coming out, you know, ducking and weaving, bobbing and jiving. And I would like to see him more just planted on the side of the door. But, I mean, none of that may not even come into play once they swap things around, because anything can happen in drifting, and that's, you know, one of the most beautiful parts.
Well, we're going to alternate position here. Simon Olsen will be out front. Jack Shanahan chasing him down. There they are. They got the Simon Olsen shirts, the chant. Where's the chant at, guys?
There it is.
Norwegian fans just go ham. Like,
they've scared me in the past. They go pretty crazy.
And also, like, Andreas Backerud, who's a rallycross, he's the homie. They cheer for him, the blue crew. All right, here we go. Shanahan drops in aggressive, not backing down. Well done by Jack Attack. The Jack Attack is on against Simon Olsen, and Simon, great placement by him into that power alley. Now coming in to the S-turn. Again, the smoke not a factor. It's not billowing over the wall like we saw previously. So good vision for both Simon and Jack into that last outside zone. Look at Shanahan, his spotter right here to the right of us. He was clinching. Did you see him right here with his hand on his head? He's like,
oh, I know. It's pretty crazy. I mean, they're driving just at the absolute edge, and I really do think these shadows, the smoke, the light, everything is coming to effect now, and things are evolving very quickly. We're getting more rubber down, but it's a little bit cooler, so spots that might have been very sticky before are going to be a little looser, and vice versa. But man, Simon Olsen, what a phenomenal lead run all the way through this. Very smooth, still aggressive, but Jack Shanahan can chase pretty much anybody, and you can see that through this. This is easily the best lead run we've seen from Simon Olsen so far this weekend. Maybe one of the best runs he's had all season, and it's unfortunate he's going against an absolute master of a chaser in Jack Shanahan.
And we talked about the at the top of the show, the top of 32, we said the Shanahans were one to watch. I was leaning more towards Connor, seeing him, but Jack has really just elevated as today went on.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten better as the day progresses, more confidence, not only just even this round, but throughout the season. New series, new vehicle, new team, obviously not a new driver, but just that combination coming together, the formula of Jack, this car. I'm really hoping to see the Shanahans back in 26. Obviously, TBD on any driver, but I think that Jack is definitely a talent. Make some noise for Jack Shanahan and Simon Olsen. Who gets the victory? Slide him left for Ireland, slide him right for Norway, and Jack Shanahan gets the victory. Jack Shanahan, but hey, keep flying that Norwegian flag. We love you, Simon. We love you, Aasbo. We love Norway. Love the Gottbill family, and again, love Rudskogen, love, again, tons of Norwegian homies. But Ireland come out on top once again. And look at that, James and Hero. Haroya has nothing but respect for James. And when Hero won earlier this year, James was right there. Yeah. I mean, he was like third in line to hug him after his dad, his mom, and then it was James. Because Haroya calls James his hero. Even though his name is literally Hero, Hero calls James Deane hero. Speaking of another hero, Ryan Tuerck is down there with Cerise Taylor.
Yeah, Ryan, I love the energy this weekend. Obviously, we have a lot of motivation at home that we keep talking about, which we're still, we're on our toes. But now you're going up against Shanahan. You're going into the top 4. How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. This is the best I've done all year so far, and so I'm happy to be in the semifinals for the first time this year, and go up against Jack, who's an absolute phenomenal driver, and he's crushing it out there. I was just watching a live stream and take some notes, and he's going to be tough to beat, so we're going to go out there, do the best we can, and hopefully make it to the finals.
Now, I have not stopped hearing the impact in this pit ever since you had your accident out there. How does the car feel now, having gotten back out there after the fix?
Oh, everything's back to normal. The guys did a great job putting it back together, towing it, just making sure everything is 100%, so we're good to go.
All right, very cool. Well, guys, only here at Formula Drift do you see a car get pretty much totaled and then get back out there and go sideways once more. So we're going into the top 4. Ryan, I'm stoked for you. I'm stoked for your family back home. I'm sure that they cannot stop screaming for you. Any last words?
Hi, Roman, if you're still up.
All right, guys, back to you. Let's keep it going.
All right, so thank you, Cerise, and hi, Roman. Love that. And all right, so Final 4 is set. James the Machine Deane, your official 5-time and 2025 Formula Drift champion, going against a victor earlier this year, 16 years old, Haroya Minowa on one side. Then you got Ryan Tuerck versus Jack Shanahan, your 2025 Rookie of the Year, and then he goes to 200. Yeah. Right? So he'd go to 190, and then if he wins, he'd go to 200. So I guess he can't beat Matt Field.
Well, no, but he could definitely take third. He could be tied, and because he has the highest position in the most recent round, he would then take third. So if he wins this event, that's going to be the case.
So basically, Field is locked in at second, I believe. Let's just talk about the battle right now. Here we go. Haroya Minowa in Juga Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, 3M 86, leading out James Deane, that champ. Again, here goes Haroya. Little bit of hiccup there. Haroya almost had a bit of a stutter step into that first power alley outside zone. James comes to a halt. Uncharacteristic from the champ. Haroya Minowa continues on and potentially taking out, or him taking himself out. James the Machine Deane. Major mistake by the 5-time champ. Can he? So, yeah, I mean, wow. What? Oh, look at this. Look at that.
There it is.
A little delay in the action and the response, and you can see it. Wow.
This is incredible. So we'll get to a very, very uncommon mistake from James Deane, but look at Minowa. He is completely locked into those first 2 outside zones. James Deane, he is battling him. This is not, he is having to fight all the way through to keep up with Minowa, to keep up with the angle. And Minowa's on throttle through so much of this run. It is insane where he is on throttle. And you know what? Minowa just adds that little bit extra, but you see that pop from James Deane. I wonder if there was a mechanical there.
There was the back left fire tire from James Deane. He caught fire in that second to last outside zone. You could see that back left. It was a blaze, and you don't see that from the Mustangs. You know, we see it from Haroya, we see it from the Z, we've seen it. And look at Haroya Minowa. You can just see this. It's like father and son. I'm just going to say it. I mean, James is more than double the age of Haroya. And let's slide him right for Hero Minowa, taking down the 5-time champ. So there it is. Look at that. That's the most emotion we've seen from Haroya today. but absolute mutual respect across the aisle. Make some noise for James the Machine Deane.
Now the upside, James Deane is locked in for third place, our number one coming into this, so he is going to be still on the podium tonight, but this is it for Minowa. This is the opportunity he's asked for. Picking up those other 10 points, he wins this next one, he can bump himself up into second. This is crazy, but he's going to have to go through either Ryan Tuerck or Jack Shanahan, who are both on farm. Look at this replay. I mean, James Deane is just trying to absolutely battle out the young Japanese driver. And as they come through these zones, watch for this transition. Minowa adds just a touch more angle. And when James Deane goes for it, we do catch that little bit of tire fight. I don't know if there was maybe a backfire or something going on, but James very uncharacteristically angles out just that little bit. And from there, it just gives that free run all the way out for Minowa. So wow, what an incredible run as we see the flags waving in the wind here in Long Beach, and a ton of Japanese fans are absolutely pumped on what is just transpired here. Incredible.
All right, so again, we are mathematically looking at second overall in the championship, third overall in the championship, but I believe Hiroya jumped up to 190. And again, we're just taking a look at the overall point standings, and here is how it's shaping up. So Hiroya Minowa in the finals, 16 years young from Japan. Congratulations to him. And who is he going against? Ryan Tuerck from the United States of America, or Jack Shanahan from Ireland, your 2025 FD Rookie of the Year. How are we doing out there, Long Beach? Make some noise. A sold out, packed crowd. Thank you so much for joining us. Did you guys have fun today? I said, did you guys have fun today? Make some noise. Who are we going to see at round one back here in Long Beach in April? Who's coming back in April? Who's going to the Grand Prix of Long Beach? Everybody was supposed to cheer, by the way.
Yeah.
Rex just called. He said, if you didn't cheer, you got to leave. I'm talking about the mayor of Long Beach. And I didn't say it. I'm joking. By the way, we did kind of a rehearsal of the whole opening. Beautiful opening, love it. Between obviously honoring Sam Kaskanian, talking about James Deane, beautiful national anthem, and then Rex. He was supposed to be driven up in that Toyota GR86. And from what I understand, Michael, one of our track workers, he used to drive. We call him the fridge. He was in the driver's seat. Rex pulled up, the mayor, of Long Beach, pulls up and he says, "Let me drive, man, get out." and he took the keys and took it from Michael. So I just love that. I was like, "Hey, man, you were supposed to be riding shotgun." He's like, "Nah, I don't do that." So I love that he drove the car up. All right, so let's move on to the other side of the bracket. Ryan Tuerck, the Rockstar Energy Drink driver, behind the wheel of his Rain X Toyota GR Corolla. No Rain X needed here. You might need some new windshield wiper blades. Winter's coming up, so pick some up now at your local parts store. And he's going against Jack Shanahan. He's got the Strom wheels on the corner. They represent him and support him for many a years. And you can see they are both in the Double B, the Burnout box. Burnout's over Baghdad. And your Rookie of the Year, by no means a rookie in drifting, but yes, to Formula Drift in the Pro Championship. Best bar in the world, Pike Bar, we're coming for you, Chris and Oates. Get that beer ready as we're gonna party. And we are seeing a pry bar under the hood. That's what could that be?
I'm not sure. So it looks ratcheting on something. It's pretty tough to tell what that's gonna be on that VR engine, but yeah, hopefully everything is all good and it's just a precaution.
Yeah, we will soon find out. But Ryan Tuerck, Jack Shanahan, who's going against Hiroya Minowa? Let's send it! As we got Ryan Tuerck and Jack Shanahan, America, Toyota versus the BMW in Ireland. Jack Shanahan, unfazed at all. Look at that, the high hatchback, the leapfrog jumping in to that outside zone, coming into that power rally. Look at the amount of smoke from Ryan Tuerck. We'll see if that billows over to the other side of that last outside zone. Looks like it's going towards the water. It's not a factor, but it is a factor when it's in the face of the BMW of Shanahan. Ryan Tuerck puts that back left right in. Textbook, signed, sealed, and delivered. Lick the stamp and send it. Ryan Tuerck out front, Shanahan in tow. Pretty good run right there. Some little finite details, but it's going to come down to the second run.
Yeah, super solid from both. And what I got to say is both drivers look very comfortable in these cars. It might have taken a bit of time, but you can see the commitment they're able to throw. They can trust every time they can throw that car out that it's going to catch where they expect it to catch. And for the lead, you can see that with Tuerck where he's able to throw a bunch of angle at it and the car goes where he thinks it's going to. And for Jack, he's able to punch through the smoke on transition and know that Ryan Tuerck's going to be in the right space and that his BMW is going to be doing the thing he's hoping it's going to do. So both drivers, I mean, a phenomenal run. Ryan's lead is absolutely textbook through so much of this. And for Jack Shanahan, he's doing what he does best. He wants to be on the door. He wants to keep close proximity. He tries to make up the distance in very subtle ways, loves to do it on transition, just keeping that gunning all the way through. And you can see it through that section as they float out through 6. Jack Shanahan just slingshots himself around and into the side of that Rain X Corolla. Yeah, it's beautiful to see both drivers now really coming into their own this season as they both had their struggles earlier on, and it's coming to fruition, you know, a potential into the finals, and it's going to be a tough decision as we sort them back around. Jack's going to have a very, very solid run, and Tuerck's going to have one of the best chase runs he's ever had.
I'll tell you what right now, if Ryan Tuerck, if he just gets on the podium, I think the waterworks is going to flow.
Yeah.
Just given everything he's been working on, you know, and I think it's going to be really emotional for him, and I know he wants this. He would really love to get on the podium and, of course, get a win. Jack as well. I mean, just what a season. Second behind James Deane earlier this year. It was 1 and 2 for Ireland earlier this year, but he'd love to get a win. I mean, everybody would. Obviously, that goes unsaid, but I just got to say it. Jack Shanahan out front, Ryan Tuerck in that chase position. Oh, look at the timing there. Talking about those whiskers, the drip whiskers, feeling the sensors. Into that power rally goes Shanahan, now transitioning, diving in as Ryan Tuerck in that second to last outside zone. Oh, boy! Oh, loops it! Ryan Tuerck as well, and Tuerck. What happened there? That got super sketchy. Tuerck in that smoke continues on. Let's take a look.
Yeah,
I don't think there was contact in that second to last. It looked like. Let's see.
We'll see. That was wild, though. I mean, it's crazy to see both Irishmen having similar problems in the same area. So first outside zone, everything looking very dialed. Same thing through the second. Tuerck on a slightly tighter line to keep that. But that transition from Ryan Tuerck, holy, that came, felt like out of nowhere. And now Jack Shanahan getting very comfortable through 5. Now we're 4, now transitioning to 5 and into 6. Was there contact? Oh, there might have been. There might have been. That was very close. Ryan Tuerck made that dive on Jack Shanahan, and I'm wondering if he just caught the rear wheel.
Yeah, that front right of Ryan Tuerck might have gone into the driver's side of Shanahan as they exit, or kind of halfway through this zone right here.
Yeah, it's so, man, it might be. And both, Connor and Jack spotters immediately over here to let us know, slamming their hands. There's contact, letting us know to keep an eye out for it. And let's see, that looks like it. That looks like Tuerck just got into the side of him. I mean, it's tough, and that part of the car, when you get into that, you can see that Jack's angle pretty abruptly changes, because it didn't look like he was over-rotating before that. That is definitely a weird one.
All right, so there you are seeing Ryan Tuerck and Shanahan outside of the car. Still smiles. What's transpiring here is Hiroya Minowa is in the finals. The winner going against Hiroya, and it's Jack Shanahan getting the victory. Ryan Tuerck just a bit outside. A great effort, but Ryan Tuerck just a bit outside. What a great run there for an absolute loving, magnanimous man of Ryan Tuerck. And Jack continues on. He's guaranteed a podium. James Deane locked in for 3rd. Tuerck finishes 4th. here today in Long Beach. So it's Hiroya Minowa, Jack Shanahan in the finals, and the plot thickens. The plot thickens and we're again doing all the math as far as we know that James is your champion. Second place, we're looking at the math, and you can see this. James Deane, 300, locked and loaded. He is your 5-time champ. That happened in Utah. Second place, fight for Field, LZ, Freddie coming into this round. And you can see Matt Field with 210. Hiroya Minowa with 190. He can only get 10 more points. So if he wins, he would supersede Freddie and get third because his finish here in Long Beach.
Yeah.
But with the 210 of Matt Field, he does lock in second overall in the 2025 Formula Drift Championship. So Matt Field finishes second overall in the 2025 championship. Round of applause for Matt Field, the beast from the Bay. 210 points and second overall in the Boiler Performance Heatwave Lean Customs GT Radial Corvette, second overall to Matt Field. Now, some craziness ensuing here in regards to Jack Shanahan and Hiroya Minowa. All right, so we'll take a short break. Some things are unfolding. The plot thickens. We have an update with Minowa, and this could really shake things up. But we know the finals are set. We'll let you know when we come back. Don't go anywhere. The Shoreline Showdown. There's only one battle left, and it's the finals. We're going to send it for the final time, not only today, but for the 2025 Formula Drift Championship. Round 8 of 8 culminates when we come back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into the final round here at Formula Drift Long Beach. I'm catching up with Ryan Tuerck. Ryan, our time together has come to an end. Well done. You get to go home to the family. What are your final thoughts?
I just had a blast out there today. It was so much fun driving this track and running tandem, and just feeling good in the car and on the track, just smoothing things out. From where we started on Thursday open practice to where we ended was a significant improvement. So I'm really happy about that, and to just make it to the semifinals at least once this year feels good as well. So nice finish to walk away from for the season. And man, it is blindingly brutal out there. You cannot see a thing coming around some of those turns.
Yeah, I mean, not even the crowd is having a hard time seeing. You guys are just smoking each other out. And you yourself, I mean, you're a Formula Drift veteran. We have Hiroya Minowa that's going into the finals here. Do you have any words of wisdom for him?
No, I think he's got plenty of wisdom.
When it comes to this track especially.
Yeah, he's great at strategy. He's a phenomenal talent, and he's proven himself since as soon as he showed up to Formula Drift. So he's going to be great out there, and so is Jack. Jack's on a tear this weekend too, and I think it's going to be a great finals battle.
And for you personally, what are your reflections on this season?
My reflections are to just go home, relax, reset, and get ready for the next year.
Yeah, just a bunch of New Hampshire boys and girls that are coming down to do their thing here in Long Beach, California. Well, you really did a phenomenal job. I'm so stoked to have talked to you so much. Going into the off season, I wish you rest and recovery.
Thank you, and thank you to all the fans out here. You guys packed this place out and truly make this a special event. Coming here 2 times in 1 year is phenomenal. I love it, so thank you all.
I'm honored to be here for the second time. Guys, give it up for Ryan Tuerck.
Thanks, Sheree.
Thank you, guys. Go home, get some rest.
Doctor's orders.
Yeah.
Get here, Cerise. Go home, get some rest.
Dr. Cerise.
Hey, tell your mother I said hi, okay? tell your mother I said hi. All right, well, we are looking at Hiroya Minowa, and we saw that hood popped.
Yeah.
And that is not a good sign, especially after victory. A little bit of thrashing. A clock is out. A clock is out. Kevin holding it up. This is not the movie Say Anything. He is not John Cusack. He is not trying to serenade Hiroya Minowa. That is not a boombox. That is a clock. A 5-minute competition timeout was called for Hiroya Minowa. And this could be anticlimactic, and Jack Shanahan could get handed the victory. Hiroya's outside of the car.
There's a strap going.
There's a strap.
No.
We're towing. Hiroya Minowa might have to retire. That's 2 minutes. They are towing it to the burnout box. They're going to start it. They're going to see how gnarly it sounds, and they might just say, boop it, and just go for it.
That's heart right there. This is nuts.
And so here we are. So Kevin Wells, you can see him right there. He basically is the big boss when it comes to technical, making sure the car is good, making sure everybody's safe. They have 1 minute, 30 seconds. Haroya will jump in the car. They're towing it to the burnout box. But if it's gnarly and it's not going to run, they're not going to let it run. But I would love to see it just, again, go out in a blaze of glory. Call Bon Jovi, because we're going to send it! Make some noise! Hey, Long Beach, let's get a wave going. Let's get a wave going. Those right below the judging stand, section 4. Can you see me? Hold your hands up. Kuzi, you going to start this thing? Kuzi, run down there. Kuzi, run to your right. Run to your right. See the guy in the orange hat with the big fro? That's not Carrot Top. That's my man Kuzi. On 3, send it, okay, Kuzi? 1, 2, 3, send it! Come on now. Let's go! The final round of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. When it reaches over to section 1, you're going to send it back, okay? This is a rip curl. This is a rip current. Oh, yeah, sold out crowd. Packing this place out. Send it on back. This is a rip current. And bring it back to the Tanaka suite. Now stand out. There we go. Perfect. You don't need any direction.
They know what's up.
Yes, sir. And here goes Haroya Minowa under his own power, not being towed. Keep the wave going. Keep the wave going. Look at that. Worked. That got Haroya Minowa back. Do it one more time. Send it back. Send it back. Kuzi, where are you at? Don't get lazy on me, Kuzi. Send it back. Send it back. There we go. This is the finals, baby. Yeah. Shred it till you dead it. Yes, sir. Send it to end it. The final time, an exclamation point, a bow tie. The sun is setting. Literally. Come on, send it back, you lazy bums. Don't sit down. Keep it moving. We've been up here tap dancing. Jacob and I, we're going to be out of a voice, but we keep the party going. We'll see you at the Pike Bar, baby. Chris, get those taps ready. Even security's doing it. Thank you, homegirl. I see you down there. You know what? All right, so now let's do the sound wave. Everybody on 3, go, woo! Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it's a sound wave. So, Kuzi, go back over there, run over there, go to the corner. Just get up, you lazy bum. I know you're not working. You don't have any spaceships to launch or Porsches to build. So we're going to go woo, but it's a sound wave. So there, Kuzi, you're going to point to him, and we're going to go woo there and back, okay? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Now send it back. Send the sound wave back. Come on now. Send it. Haroya Minowa, Jack Shanahan. The finals are here. Battered and bruised. Keeping it moving. Who's going to get the win? We must responsibly put cars on the line, and Haroya Minowa has to retire. And just like that, the throat chop is on. Haroya steps out of his car. Congratulations, Jack Shanahan. The car is on fire. And Jack Shanahan will get handed the victory. Round of applause for Shanahan and Minowa. So close. And there it is. Haroya Minowa. The motor explodes in the burnout box, so a celebratory first ever win for Jack Shanahan in the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Shanahan pulls to the line, a celebratory run. Everybody, make some noise for Haroya Minowa, and Jack Shanahan, your winner at round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. He got second earlier this year and his first ever win as 2025 Rookie of the Year. Jack Shanahan gets his first ever win as the sun sets in Long Beach and on another Formula Drift Championship season. Congratulations to Jack. Haroya Minowa and James Deane is your podium. First ever win for Jack Shanahan. Thank you to our judges, Robin Ishida, Brian Eggert, Reese Marin, and Vernon Zvonveld. Hold it down for half of the season. Jacob, what an event. But how crazy is that? Haroya blowing up in the burnout box, but Jack gets his first ever win. He better James Deane this time. Five-time champion schmampion. I'm joking.
Oh man, it's just incredible to see that that Jack's able to do it. Obviously, we wanted that battle to go right down to the wire, but an incredible weekend from everybody here, from the fans, from the staff, from yourself, Jared. We barely got any voice left, but we'll bring it home. An incredible season. Thank you so much to everybody. To Xander, Zaley, Ziva, my kids at home, my wife. I'll be home soon. Man, what a year.
Way to hold back those tears, man. It's an emotional roller coaster, not just for the drivers, but the teams, the sponsors, the staff. Drifting is alive and well. I couldn't be any prouder of where drifting is, and I say that because that encapsulates all drifting across the globe, including FD Japan. Hey, Kyle Mohan, I see you, homeboy. I see you down there. Again, the drifting community is live and well. If it's Formula Drift Pro, if it's Pro Spec, Pro Am, if you're doing this in video games, simulators, again, D1, Formula Drift Japan, MSC, Drift Masters, and of course, Formula Drift. 8 rounds, 8 winners. And there it is. Jack Shanahan steps outside of his vehicle, makes some noise for the Irish driver. One of the Shanahan brothers, and it's Jack Variety here this weekend. Haroya Minowa barely, almost brought it to the line. He explodes in the burnout box, but look at that. Irish eyes are a-smiling for the first and third position on the podium. Celebratory burnouts from the 5-time champ as he brings Haroya Minowa to the line and to the track. What an event here today. And I'll tell you what, Jacob, this track proved that we can build a track anywhere.
Yeah, we can. Yes, we can. And I'm excited to see where we take it next.
Absolutely. Well, our schedule hasn't been officially now. Oh, there's the brother, Connor Shanahan, giving him the hug. Jack, you did it, homeboy. What a way to end. I love seeing a different winner. No offense to James, but a variety. You know, I was pulling for just somebody different. You know, Ryan Tuerck, obviously Matt won earlier. That would have jumped him up, but there's Jack's lady, and there's the team all around. So let's officially announce your podium here. We will have a trophy ceremony for this round and for the championship at the podium, so join us over there, please. And there they are. So finishing third place at round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, finishing third place, and your 5-time Formula Drift champion, James the Machine Deane. Finishing second place at round 8 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, 16 years young. Winner earlier this year. He fought tooth and nail. Driver of the Juku Racing 86 from Japan. Second place goes to Hiro Minowa. And last but definitely not least, he gets his first ever win in Formula Drift Pro Championship, your 2025 Formula Drift Pro Rookie of the Year, representing Ireland, your winner, Jack Shanahan. Congratulations. And now I throw it down to Cerise Taylor. Cerise, let's see that big guy cry.
Come here! Oh, gosh. Well, I think you definitely locked in Rookie of the Year. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. This is absolutely unbelievable. It's been a hell of a season, you know, like fighting to get that first win and to get it to do it now. It's, yeah, I don't know, it's unbelievable. I just so happy, very happy.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your family. Everyone here who's supporting you throughout the season. I'm sure that they're stoked. We love to see somebody rise like a phoenix. I'm just so proud of you.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. Like it's been like I said, we've been struggling with the car and everything, and then last night we had Dad and one of our good friends come over, go through the car with the team, and it's been better than ever today. So just a massive thank you to Rome Charpentier, all the boys on the team, my girlfriend for making sure that everything goes to plan, that we're here every time, and just everyone, all my partners, everything, and everyone here for supporting me all the time. It's unbelievable. So yeah.
We love drifting so much. To the fans at home, thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody who's still here, give it up one more time. That's right, guys. This was a phenomenal show. We had good weather. Of course, it's Long Beach. We're here. We're closing it out.
Yeah, all done.
All right, guys. What's next?
Hey, go talk to James.
I think we should.
James, you know what, great. Hey, put both arms around Hiroya and James. Where's Hiroya?
Where's Hiroya?
Hiroya, get over there.
The coolest escort, right? Yeah. Come on over here, bud. Now, we were talking earlier. Now, obviously, we have the winningest champion, James Deane, in front of us. You are a future champion. I mean, it's just, it is said, right? James, how do you feel about Hiroya's season?
Unbelievable. Like, that's what I've said so many times before, that this man is the next, biggest thing in drifting. His skill, his passion, the time and dedication he gives, the family he has supporting him is unbelievable, and I love watching him get better and better. I love driving with him. I know I have to push it to my limits. He's going to push me hard, and it reminds me of just driving with Jack and Connor, just top level, go all in, take all the risks. That's your only chance of winning.
Yeah, you both are forces to be reckoned with. Hiroya, how are you feeling now that you're closing out your 2025 season? You had a phenomenal day, minus the end.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was battling with James Deane a lot of times, last year and this year, but I couldn't get the win for no times. But this time, I could get the win, and I'm feeling so good, and I'm so happy. Huge thanks for the team and the sponsor and my family for supporting me whole day, and I will come back stronger for sure. So see you guys next year.
I love the energy. His team was thrashing on that car, and unfortunately, there's just some things that can't be fixed. All right, guys, so phenomenal job. We are closing it out here in Long Beach, 2025, guys. One more time, give it up for your winners.
Thank you so much, Cerise. Thank you to Jack Shanahan, Hiroya Minowa, and James Deane. Here's a message from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back. We'll officially put a bow on it and an exclamation point. They already did that. But we'll be right back here to Long Beach. Oh, let's catch our breath real quick. What an event.